Hello there. I thought that I would give Beer Soap Brewing Company's Lumberjack soap another shot and use a straight razor with it because I got such a wonderful shave last night with it, but I used a DE, and I really think that one of these, this is my Germania Cutlery Oxford razor with Birdseye Maple scales. Uh, but I really think that one of these would go well with this soap, and so I just thought, let's try it with a straight. So I've got it, like I said, in my little black wooden bowl that my Colonial Mango soap came in, and I'm going to use. I've had my brush over here soaking my Semogue 1438 Boar. This soap, the first time I used it was yesterday, and it lathers wonderfully. Got a PM, or not a PM, but a comment on my YouTube video yesterday by the people that make this soap, thanking me for the review, but pretty much saying, you know, that there had been two formulations of the soap. The first was this soap, I'm talking too fast. The first was an amber and cedar type aroma, and that the second iteration added stuff like citrus, things of that nature. I really don't get any citrus in this. It's possible. It's not like my nose is really sophisticated or anything like that. But that scent I was talking about yesterday, I couldn't quite describe it. I'm pretty sure that's amber. Uh, so I really think that this is probably that first iteration amber and cedar, but it might not be. It may be. It may have the cedar, the citrus elements in it, and I'm not catching that. Clint Alsmus is the one that gave me this. He would probably know. I probably could have PM'd him and asked, and he may know. But I'm pretty sure that I smell the amber and maybe a bit of the cedar, but I do not smell any citrus in this. So, but that's if you're looking to try to figure out, kind of what the scent profile of this is. And it just lathers wonderfully quickly. It's that cedar and that amber note. The amber note's pretty well present, and I think it's mixing a bit with the hops in the beer to give it's a quite wonderful scent. I would recommend the soap. I went on their site the other night and checked prices. I forget what they were. I think they were like $10 or slightly over, $11, $12, something like that. I think it's worth it. I think that straighten my sideburn out there. I think that lovely. I think the soap would last well. It doesn't take hardly anything to make a lather out of this soap. with great hilarity and great enjoyment, have been watching Ray Pope and Anthony Esposito, the Stallion, and their little lather war thing going on. I think they've got part 2 going on now, where they're lathering up soaps with, I think Anthony did 6 swirls of Razor Rocks Triple X. Today got a gorgeous lather out of that. I don't know what their criteria would be for the soaps that they choose, but I think this would probably be a good choice. It's an incredibly easy lathering soap. Working well with the straight tonight, and I thought that it would. I've been looking, I'm not talking about this soap, but a different soap, a couple of different soaps. I've been looking, Razor Rock, speaking of them, I was piffed or given as a gift from Clint, the same guy that gave me this, a sample of Razor Rock's ABCBA. And there's an Italian soft soap. And I know I'm going to absolutely destroy the name. It's an Italian artisan soap. I don't believe it's made anymore. Called Antica Barbiera or something like that. But it was, I think, the inspiration for the Razor Rock product from what I read. And it's a bitter almond soap, the Razor Rock is. I assume the Antica or whatever it's called is the same. And I still have some of that sample that Clint sent to me, and it is one of the most wonderful scents, in my opinion. It's a bitter almond scent. I guess that's probably something you'll either like or you won't, but I happen to actually love the scent of this soap. And I can't get it anymore. I can't find it. The only thing that I can assume is that maybe it's no longer produced. Maybe it was a limited run for Razor Rock or something like that. But I can't find it anymore. And I would really like to have that bitter almond scent, not sweet almond, marzipan kind of stuff, but a bitter almond scent. Now, I recently read an article, and I think the site was called Shaving 101 or something like that, where they did a review of Cella. And they said that it was a bitter almond type scent. All the comments that I've seen on the forums have always led me to believe that the Cella was more of a sweet almond marzipan type scent, which is not what I'm looking for. So if any of you guys know and can clear that up for me, what exactly the chili is, whether it's a bitter almond or a more sweet type almond scent, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm getting conflicting information. Also, if you have a bitter almond soap, that you might recommend. I'd appreciate that as well. Because that's a scent that I think I really would like to keep in my den, is some type of bitter almond scent. But please limit your choices to like $15 or less for a puck of it. I'm not into $25 and $35 and $40 pucks of soap. That's just a personal thing. But the Razor Rock was probably somewhere between $7 and $10. I'm not trying to replace a lower cost soap with one that costs 5 times as much. That kind of deal. Of course, I do figure that it's just going to be depending on what's out there, just like everything else. But there's enough wet shavers out there with enough experience that I'm sure some of you know of a product that fits those guidelines. Yeah, I missed. Slipping. Just that. But anyway, I'm sure some of you fellas know of a soap that fits those guidelines, and so that's why I mentioned it. But now this soap is wonderful. I understand now that it's made in Alabama. I'm a good old Alabama boy. That's where I'm originally from. Bridgeport, Alabama. And it's nice to see a soap of this quality coming from Bama. That's awesome. From good old Bama. Dry off my hands. Lovely. Lovely. All right. So it has a lovely slickness to it. That's a quality that, for me anyway, is the most important thing. Now, I don't want a product where the cushion stinks and the lather fades away and all that kind of stuff, but so within reason. Realizing it's not the only thing. The most important thing to me in a shaving soap is that slickness. Because I shave with straight razors and DEs and single edges injectors. That kind of thing. But I don't want a soap or a cream in my lineup that doesn't work with a straight razor. I don't care what it is. I don't care how many D's I got or SEs I have or injector razors or anything else. Every shave soap rather in my den has to work well with a straight razor. I'm going to do some touch up here. Or I don't want it. Period. So this soap has a good slickness to it. Much more than adequate. All right. That neck. A bit on the chin. So once again, just to reiterate what I said yesterday, and after experiencing this soap with a straight razor, I believe it to be a very high quality soap at a really fair price. Lovely. If you're considering it, I know there are a ton of them out there, and I'm not really making product recommendations. You know, it's just if I like something when I shave with it, I'm gonna say, hey, I like that soap, or I like that creamer, or that aftershave, that product, whatever it is. And I like Beer Soap Brewing Company's soap. It's wonderful. I'm gonna use some Gillette Cool Wave aftershave. It's got a light kind of, it does have a citrusy element to it, but it has that light kind of element to it I think would go good along with the scent of this soap. And when I say stuff like that, what I mean, the soap that we use, most soaps, some creams are very heavily scented, and there are some artisan soaps that are, but for the most part, most soaps, even if they feel fairly heavily scented, the scent doesn't hang around all that much. So I'm not trying to match my aftershave to fit that scent so that it'll go along with it and not clash because the scent stays around. What I'm doing is, I'm trying to match as close to what I have to the overall scent of that soap, so just to keep a continuity in my shave. And, the Cool Wave is a wonderful, light, fresh, citrusy kind of scent that I think probably goes with this soap pretty well. So, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not, saying for a minute that, most shave soaps hang around so much that they interfere with aftershaves and colognes and EDTs and stuff like that. In my experience, admittedly, it's limited, but in my experience, that's not the case. But I'm just trying to stay on the same ballpark when I talk about matching an aftershave to a shave scent, a soap scent. So that's the deal with that. Anyway, wonderful shave, wonderful soap. I would recommend it if you're thinking about trying it. Give it a shot. I think you'll like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the shave forums and all the various shaving boards on Facebook and Google Plus and all of that. See you on YouTube and all those things. Bless you. God bless you. Have a good one.